People of the universe, you're tuning into the It's Not a Podcast. This is just an impromptu Game of Thrones discussion. I got my boy Brandon BTZ. Say hello to the people.
Hello, universe.
Yeah, so um we just got back from a Mimosa Festival and we decided to just talk about Game of Thrones. That's pretty much it. Nothing special. Um Kind of bored, kind of tipsy, so this is pretty much it. Um, so what did you think about Game of Thrones season 8, episode 1?
I thought it was a pretty solid episode. I've seen how there's been some mixed feelings on it, but like told you, with their time frame, I'm not expecting great detail into a lot of stuff. I expect them to really just burn through, which does suck into some degree. But when they only have a certain way to generate income to make these episodes, it is what it is. So I enjoyed the episode pretty well. I was up in Seattle last week, watching it with some people, and when they got to when it started, they gave the recap. I started laughing because I know how you are. You said you weren't going to watch the recap.
I hate recaps.
And so I try not to look at it. I don't remember looking at it too much. And then the episode started and they got into the shebang. And I thought it was a rather well flowed episode. You would have liked some more things here and there, but once I knew how they're going to play the whole season, all right, I expected the first episode to be more so a let's get the positives out now. You want people to see each other for the first time? Well, since like the first season, let's do that now. Hugs, all that crap, because after this episode, I don't expect any more positivity anymore until it ends.
Respectfully, I thought it was trash. I thought it was trash because the scenes that um, they should have focused on a little bit more. They didn't. Like when Bran sits down, or he has to sit down because he ain't got no legs. Lieutenant Dan. So Bran sitting down chilling, and it's like he said, "We don't have time for this. The Night King has one of your dragons, and he's broken the wall, or whatever the case is." And Danny just looks at him like, and that's it. Right. Like they ain't let that shit bubble. I wish they would have been like, she should have said like, "What are you talking about?" Or like, "No, not my child." Like she considers those her children. So like, if you think about the Hard Home episode where they got to fight the White Walkers and Jon killed the White Walker, the lady Val, I think was her name. Not Val. Val is a character from the books. I'm sorry, but the female character that had the children, what I'm saying, like when she saw the kids getting on the boat, she was happy, what I'm saying, because she cared about them and she sacrificed her life to make sure the kids were okay. So fast forward to Danny, she has dragons, she considers them her kids, and for her not to have like a more visceral reaction bother me. Some of the reunions were cool. We still haven't seen Tyrion and Pod get together. We still haven't seen the Hound and Sansa get together. We still haven't seen. Um, those are the main two that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, as far as the reunions, it was cool. But I don't know, man. Like I said, it was trash, man. I thought it was trash because it didn't give us enough shit. I thought they gave us the Danny and Jon riding the dragon scene.
They could have kept that for me. I really didn't care about that.
But I think that was like a preview for the fact that okay, Jon is a Targaryen for sure, because in the books, I mean, in the show, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, only a Targaryen can ride a dragon. But I was telling Jamal earlier when we podcasted, it's like Tyrion touched one of the dragons and it was cool. So does that mean Tyrion got Targaryen blood too? It's one of those fan theories that Tyrion is not a Lannister, he's actually a Targaryen. But it's like, where's the consistency at?
Well, they lost consistency. I don't know if it was last season before, once they started getting to the shortening episodes, because it was just so hell for them to make this show, and they started picking and choosing and speeding up stuff to get along. And I said, for you, we talked about this one before, but it was like for you having this run of the show, you're one of the few, I say few people, but you get to have like Breaking Bad where you have a show try to go out on a high note as opposed to being there too long.
Yeah.
I have Smallville.
Right.
Smallville forever will be the show that makes me not watch other shows because I had 10 years of it at 20 episodes per season
Right.
at an hour every week. And then after season 5 or 6, it was trash. It was complete garbage.
Right.
And then by the time it got to season 10, I was watching it to say I watched it, not because I enjoyed it anymore. And that season finale took a big shit on my face. Like, hey, how can we smear this shit all over your face? And so I would rather you have this and be like, okay, I want more than be me, than I had too much.
Which is basically what's happening to The Walking Dead. Like when you really think about it, but here's the thing though, the source material for The Walking Dead isn't going anywhere. So the show itself is going to continue, but I just don't know how much longer some of the main characters you're going to see. You know what I'm saying? Because Carl is gone, Rick is gone, Michonne is going to be gone. The cute chick that was dating the Asian dude, Maggie. Her and Glenn had the best sex scene on on non-cable television
outside.
Ever. Like,
and she almost got raped that one though. That was the governor was about to do some damn.
But the governor is the one who actually raped Michonne in the books.
Yeah,
he had her tied up, but then what she did to him was even worse.
And I hate you for that, man.
She had him tied up, and
if I never read it, because I have never been that guy really. You know, I know a lot of comic lore and all that stuff. When I saw how much damage the governor did to Michonne in the books after the fact, I'm like, why did Michonne just not like the governor on the TV show? Like, he really didn't do anything other than she kind of had a vibe. Like, nah, in the comic book, he did some damage. He
violated.
They didn't touch a piece of that in the fucking show.
It was some 12 Years a Slave type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I hadn't even seen 12 Years a Slave.
I have. It's I don't seen it once, and once was enough.
Yeah, once you see the root, not the roots, but once you see roots, you know what I'm saying? It's really nothing else you need to see as far as.
I don't think you need to see out 12 Years a Slave to make you feel like shit. Even though we're going completely off rail, is the one scene where a dude's getting hung, but he gives him enough slack to where his tiptoes touch the ground.
Oh God!
And then he leaves him, and then like it's an uncomfortable like 3-4 minutes of them just staying in that scene, and dude's just trying to stay on his tiptoes, and he kind of just walks around, and then I think like Brad Pitt or something come to save. I can't fucking remember, but it was Rosewood is still to me the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, Rosewood is terrible because it had it had Mary Person on edge for a race war.
I went to school hating white people. Hating. Yeah. You know, I do not hate anybody. But in that time period when I was 16, 15, boy, I went to school, boy, and then white person like, hey, Big T, like, don't fucking talk to me. I don't like you guys. And that's the power of art, man.
Yeah.
It affected me to that much degree. So, like I said, back to it, but for Game of Thrones.
Oh, speaking of slaves, what you think about how people were looking at Missandei and Grey Worm?
Oh, yeah, because that's probably their first time seeing like colored people.
Who are these niggas?
Right. And, you know, that whole walk-up scene, I like the little callback they did for Arya when they had a little kid looking to go see something, and then they went to her. I was like, oh, that's cute.
But did you notice they had the exact same music?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. All right, because usually, like if you're a Game of Thrones fan, if you watch it, you may notice that for like each person or for each family, they have a certain type of music. So for me to watch that and they not have Dany's music or Jon's music or the Stark's music, they have the music that was used for Robert Baratheon when he came to the North in episode 1. It was dope.
And what he been in? I know he been dead, but like, you know, when they did the whole premiere together and they brought fucking Aquaman, who ain't been there, but like they left a lot of people out.
I think he's just a fan favorite, and then some people just maybe not care because like Stannis Baratheon, the actor, I don't know his name, but he's just like, just some crazy fantasy movie. Who cares about this? Like, he didn't understand the hype behind it. So like he wasn't one of those people that
he fucking
gave
understands.
a fuck.
He just when he's not celebrated character, for him it's nothing more of the milk. MCU, they know the fuck they signed up for. Just
true,
like now,
true. But I'm just saying,
by the time Stannis was in, it was a fucking juggernaut.
Well, no, Stannis got there. I mean,
by the time he left,
season. Oh yeah. By the time he left, like it was a big deal. But he was just like, whatever.
He just only bothered by fucking fans. Right. Like, that's the way to get away from fans.
But Jason Momoa cut his beard to get ready for the Dune saga. Dune is an actual. It's actually
he's
another.
Doing that too.
Yeah, it's another like a high fantasy novel.
I know what it is.
Which a lot of people that watch Game of Thrones,
Dune is heavy.
They like Game of Thrones, Dune, Lord of the Rings, and A Way of Kings.
Comic book girl fucking does fucking Dune fucking thing. Dune is big.
Right. Shout out to Comic Book Girl 19. Also shout out to Ideas of Ice and Fire. Quinn, he's black, so I'm always support him. And he's from Georgia. So shout out to Quinn and Ideas of Ice and Fire. And Lucifer means Lightbringer. But that was funny to show how like Northerners aren't very welcoming to new people.
And white or black.
Right. And then as soon as John said that, the dragons fly over and Danny's like, okay. It's like, bitch, the only reason why you important is because you're fucking dragons. If you take away her dragon, she wouldn't have anything.
Right.
Like literally.
Right.
Nobody would have cared about bringing her the car when the black dude, I invoke Sumai.
But that's been her whole fucking MO from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like for her to even get done in by Drogo. It was like he had to know, he knew what the fuck. We know he fuck got from the brother,
right,
to do that thing. But once they saw that the potential she had in for them dragons, it was like, okay, that's been carrying her since day one.
Who is she? And think about it, man. John is a bastard. Now, true enough, he's a bastard of the Warden of the North. You know what I'm saying? Well, so that's a big deal. Alleged.
I mean, before that, yes, he was.
He was the alleged bastard of the Warden of the North. So he's in higher places than other bastards, but at the same time, he didn't have any dragons, and like Davo said, you know what I'm saying, like he took a fucking knife in the heart for the cause. You know what I'm saying? He realized that the White Walkers was coming, build a wall, keep out the whites. Shout out to Donald Trump, and I'm gonna get a shirt made with that. Say build a wall, keep out the whites.
Walkers, no, like dot Walker.
No. Just I'm gonna spell it WIGHT.
Okay.
Like it ain't supposed to be for everybody. It's supposed to be for the ones that get it. But John did everything that was right because he knew what mattered. Danny just want that fucking Iron Throne. Shout out to Wilbur right here.
She just want her birthright. That's all she cares about.
Shout out to Wilbur. Right here. But yeah, man. Fuck Danny and fuck Sansa. I don't like where the show is going. Like, as far as like strong female characters have to be like assholes. Like, you can't still be feminine and loving and be a strong character.
Well,
and I don't like that.
That's what media trying to that agenda on making females come off as a stronger, dominant types than just being the mama home, which, I don't care how anybody's agenda for whatever they want to do to try to get over. Me just try to keep a more consistent story and where we are now, because everybody's trying to figure out their place in the world through media, because I'm all for the MCU, but it took a while to get to Black Panther. A while.
Yeah, because Hollywood is conservative as fuck.
But then
they're not liberal.
Fucking $2 billion. Like, oh my God. Fuck. I'm not saying I knew Black Panther was gonna do. I thought it was gonna do well. It's just like Thor 3.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I had to pay for like 800 mil. To me, that would have been perfect. But the fact that it did $2 billion damn near, like, but everybody's agenda is never to try to make anybody the new thing other than the new white guy or the new white girl to be popping. When it's like, if we can get past that, there's money for everybody. But even New Hollywood is still dragging their feet on it until shit like that pops out. Like, it shouldn't take Captain Marvel having to make $2 billion, but okay, it's just do the fucking story. Our generations have gotten to a point of we don't give a fuck. Make the story good.
Yeah.
We don't care who's leading. It's a story good.
Right.
But some people keep still hand on. Well, we don't know if black people can really move the numbers. We don't know if white women can do the numbers. We don't know if black women can do the numbers. It's just old.
It's lazy. And personally, side note from the money standpoint, anybody out there who got an issue with black people doing cosplay to go see Black Panther, man, y'all can kiss my ass. I know a lot of people out there like, why y'all out there, dressing up like King Jaffe Joe from Coming to America? Y'all doing the most. Man, when Star Wars come out or when any other movie come out and white people dress up in cosplay, it's not an issue. So when black people finally have an opportunity to do something like that and they want to, man, SMD, man. That's all I got to say.
The issue was just, I ain't gonna say the issue, I know, but it was like since it was such an African culture type, even though superhero movie, they didn't know where they stood. So they were like, if I try to wear any kind of fucking drab or something from Africa, it's like, am I appropriating? Can I do that?
That's the one moment you would be celebrating. If Travis would have walked in that
bitch with a
dashiki on.
See, because we know Travis.
True.
Now, if somebody walked in that mug with dashiki, a white person up in Macon, an Amstar, you can't tell me that some people wouldn't feel some type of way.
If it was Gary Owens, if it was Gary Owens,
once again, is they knowing a person who's regular, just like you and me,
a Joe Schmo,
walked in that mug with dashiki, that we can't tell me some black people like, oh, this motherfucker over here trying to steal our stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, somebody would, but I honestly feel like the love that I felt inside the movie theater when I went to see Black Panther was like different.
Yeah,
it was different, man. Like, it was cool, and it was a lot of like white girls in there that was thinking like, dude.
Sometimes I feel bad for like some of my white friends when it comes to shit like this. Like, they'll never have that. They never have Black Panther.
Because they're so used to it.
When Kofi won, like, it was me, Drew. Anyway, it was there, and when Kofi won that title, even though it was wrestling, yeah, we all know it's fake, but I'm saying,
no, it's not fake, it's choreographed.
Yeah. But when Kofi became that first full black champion, and it was like, that was for me,
right?
Me alone, and I like legit got fucking a little emotional about that shit because
we honestly didn't think he was gonna get it,
right? But they can. What moment can they have anything?
They can't.
Other than like a person they like winning,
right?
They can't have anything to like. Because they dominate the world.
The closest thing is to like them having some German heritage and like the German team wins the FIFA World Cup or some shit. Like they don't have an opportunity to share that love.
Nothing's been like denied to them,
right? On
a race level to where like, oh my God, we got this. Other than maybe like the first, Steve Nash won the MVP,
and he's Canadian.
He's still white guy, so I can't like with basketball. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe. The
Larry Bird
guy, yeah, they had that.
Larry Bird probably would have last one though, for real. Like for real. I'm gonna look that up. White NBA MVPs. Let me.
Just football guy. And football, quarterbacks got that
right because it's a white dominated position. Now,
golf.
Okay, that's what I'm about to say. So, like, even with that, it's like Tiger Woods, that whole shit meant so much to us, man. Like, even though Tiger is like, he's not black, he's Blanasian or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But then there's the video that came out where he was like, he would love to win the Masters because black people couldn't play there or whatever. It was a big deal.
Did you see what Shannon Sharp said about that? Man.
Hold on. Let me play this real quick.
And again, you have one ambition, say one tournament to win, what would it be? What's the tournament that really captures your imagination?
Masters.
Why is that?
The way the blacks have been treated there. They shouldn't be there. And if I win that tournament, it'll be really big for us.
For us.
Thanks a lot.
For us. And you see, he cut that interview off quick.
Right, because you know, like when the time came to Oprah, when it was time to make his mogul and make his fucking corporation, he's like, look, I can't make it at this point off black money.
Right.
I gotta make it off white money. And white money in this country is still bigger, even though we generate more to everybody else as a brand for him in golf. Mm-hmm. The money was always gonna be on the white side.
And then your fool ass get out there and make a fucking nanny be your wife, and now she's a 100 millionaire because you cheated on her, right? And got caught, and now she got divorced.
And that's what Shannon was talking about. He said, I think it was him and who's Rob Parker that be on the show all the time. Rob said how much stuff he had bought because of Tiger. And then like once Tiger said that he wasn't black, he was Blackanese, and he was blah blah blah. Rob said, "Oh, okay." Rob said he took all his stuff he had, anything Tiger related to the damn Salvation Army, and gave it away. Shannon said he still supported Tiger, but once he said that it did draw a line, but he still wanted good for him. But then he said when Tiger got in his scandal, he said he didn't understand what the country was going on. Like he didn't kill anybody. He was out there having a lot of sex, doing like he said. So he like, why is everybody so mad? So he said he rooted for Tiger because he said the only reason they cared because what was his wife's name?
Ellen.
He said
it started with E, I think.
He said because I say it was Ellen. He said if her name was Ella,
right.
Ellen, he said nobody would give a damn. So he said, go out there and win these tournaments.
It's Elin, Elaine, Ellen, whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, he said if it had been Ella and she'd been black lady, he said nobody would have gave two shits about what the fuck happened with Tiger Woods and his wife. He said because it was a white lady, it was this big old travesty of how he was XYZ. I'm like, man, how many NBA players, NFL players through time, if they're a pro player, they just knocking off everything, and that's just what it is. I'm sure there's players who stay faithful, but for the most part, yeah, I'm gonna say at least 50% of dudes out there on the road got wives and a girlfriend on the side, or like Picky said, hey man, I got a girlfriend, I got a wife on the side, however they want to play it. So
Shiver blew like whirlwind also.
Yeah, so I, whatever. So everybody try to play a certain way when it comes to, like I said, he didn't kill nobody. He was just out there doing his thing.
All he was doing was fucking, man. Fucking. Like, what's the big deal about fucking? Like, I mean, let's be honest. If everybody that's here is a product of fucking, okay? And if you are artificial inseminated, guess what? Your daddy jacked off.
Hey, to bring it back full circle, it's been so long since I really seen some sex in Game of Thrones.
Bro,
your boy getting stuck in there.
Dude, John and Danny, we saw John's naked butt. He been doing squats. Shout out to Kit Harington for doing them squats. We didn't see a sex scene. We just saw his naked butt.
No, I mean, so Bron.
No, I'm saying before Bron. Yeah. Oh, okay. So when Game of Thrones first came on, there was like nudity and graphic sexual content. I was like, what? Like, who's gonna be fucking? I'm like, who?
I was like, you call it trash, baby. I'm like, what? We got back to even though it was 2 seconds.
I promise you that is probably going to be the last nudity that we see.
They ain't gonna have time for no fucking.
We don't listen. This is what I don't understand because I remember the first time. I remember the first time we met Jared, Cam's friend, and he was like, "Man, they got all the sex, blah blah blah." He's like, "Bro, I got porn for that." You know what I'm saying? It's like it's cool, but I don't need sex to like make me want to watch a show. Like even with True Blood, I enjoy True Blood. Like I watched True Blood from start to finish. I loved it. Shout out to Davin. He's gonna be here for the season finale, recording with me.
I'll be in Tokyo.
Shout out to Tokyo. But we used to watch True Blood together. Like he used to come kick it and watch True Blood for the finale, like I do Game of Thrones. But they had a lot of sex. But it was like at a certain point, it's like, nigga, just give me the fucking story. Like I don't need all this other stuff. Just give me the story.
But I was trying to see Rogue get piped.
Wait a minute. You talking about Sansa?
No, you talking about True Blood.
Oh, you talking about Anna Paquin?
Right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Anna Paquin, man. But her and Bill Compton are together for real.
Right.
For real.
Yeah, man. Hey, go for these shows because then Kit get with
Ingrid.
Right.
Ingrid. So, by the way, Ingrid is actually from some type of like Scottish royalty or something like that. So she actually grew up in a castle. So it's funny because her character is a wildling who saw the windmill and thought the windmill was a castle, but in actuality, as a child, she grew up in the castle. So they just kind of like
and the
6 degree separation.
I know you never probably watched it, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he got the arrow in the back of the head with the
Mac.
Yeah,
Mac.
Yeah, I don't really care about Theon. I don't care about this storyline. Like I would have rather him die last season.
That was anticlimactic with him going to get his fucking sister. I was like, man, this shit was
and it was quick. It was quick.
Bereaved.
And here's my thing. Why not?
Ain't Army there?
Yeah. But Euron's ship is called the Silence because he cuts off the tongues of all his crewmen. So couldn't nobody be like, hell, they ain't got no tongue. So, but my thing is, okay, you steal 3 ships. Why not set the other ships on fire so he can't do nothing? Like, imagine if he had done that.
Are
Just
you
say,
putting logic into this show right now?
all right. So, okay. So, fuck it, man. Whatever. Because I'm finna get pissed off. Brand, do you think he's going to? Is there any chance that he will become slightly more human as the season goes on?
No, he's done.
Okay.
He even says to Sam, like, I'm not his brother. You his brother. He trusts you more.
Yeah.
He's saying little stuff like that. I'm who the child I was is now gone.
Gone. And so if y'all didn't watch the next week on Jamie is basically like standing trial in the north, and Danny says to him, I used to talk to my brother about the man that killed our father and the ways that we would kill him.
Kingsley.
And then you see a scene where Varys and Tyrion and Davos are walking, and it looks like they're putting him in like a jail cell or a dungeon in the north. So Jamie's gonna get put in the jail cell, okay, whatever. But ultimately, he was in the trailer. Spoiler alert. So they're not gonna kill him.
Well, me and Josh, because like once I finally watched the episode, because Josh can't help himself and watch everything. So he's like, "Hey man, you want to watch the season trailer for Game of Thrones?" I said, "All right, fine, whatever." And like most of the stuff who was calling was everything in the first few episodes. You don't know how the fuck this is gonna go.
I don't, but Jamie was in the trailer
I'm saying,
fighting at Winterfell. That's gonna be episode 3.
That's at least 3. Like, yeah, but I know with them doing that to him that he's not gonna die until he has a greater purpose going on. Now, if they had some balls to do that and maybe throw a wrench into it, okay. That's why next week episode, I'm more concerned with what's going on besides him.
Yeah, see, next week's episode, if you notice, like they focused on Jamie, then they showed them getting ready for the battle. You remember the very last scene of the trailer? Was, okay, well, the White Walker, the horse that he rides,
yeah,
you just saw the hoof take one step, and then way off in the background is Winterfell.
Yeah,
that's how the episode is going to end.
Correct,
guaranteed.
Yeah, that's
so. Easy. So all they doing is trying to get you wet
for this battle.
Exactly. But I want Bran to do some type of shit in the Werewood net and be like, yo, this is how you got to kill the White Walker. This is how you got to do whatever. But
I mean, they know that way they got to do it. But I mean, I don't know what fucking Arya's fucking making.
Know. But they don't know. Like we know how to kill White Walkers, but the Night King, like the very first person.
I mean, he been killing fucking main cats, but you don't know if Valyrian still won't kill him.
We don't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you would think that the big bad wouldn't get killed as easy as everybody else. So, like, let's just say
fucking dragon went down with a fucking throw. So why the fuck he make him special?
Okay, but book logic, the way to kill a dragon is shoot it in the eye. Dragons aren't invincible. I mean, it was a fucking big ass spear. Like, I mean, it's gonna hurt.
He fucking won the Olympics. You want to go?
Javelin. But I'm thinking that you got to stab the Night King with a werewood tree. Make a spear out of the werewood tree and stab him with it. The Dragon Glass created him, but he was tied to a werewood tree. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking werewoods have something to do with it. I don't know. We'll see. But who do you think is gonna step up and vouch for Jamie other than his brother? And honestly, I think Tyrion need to just hush, because when he stood up and talked, we have the Lannister army coming to fight for us, blah, blah, blah. Don't nobody...
Sansa check you?
Right.
That's it, bro. Even though I didn't like how Arya said she's the smartest person I know. I like,
no, bitch. Sansa got to die. Anytime you build somebody up to be this smart ass and just know everything, they got to die, bro.
See, that was... You can tell either her profile as an actress got higher, and then now you're just telling me. Right. I've seen her make horrendous mistakes up to this point.
We supposed to get all the past 5 seasons.
Now she could be being better now, and you can be like, but she's a smarter person I know. You ain't even been around her until shit last season.
You've been around faceless men,
and bro. So you can tell the turn on what they're trying to do. Because now when she talked to Tyrion, he said XYZ, and she was like, I used to think he was the most cleverest person of all, and now because I mean he's acting like Cersei. He should be the main one to know. That's a little bit of Ant-Man Wasp. Like we got to dumb you down
right
to bring this up.
But speaking of that, Tyrion's character has gotten worse and worse as they've gotten further and further away from the source material. So like
his character got way more popular.
No, but I'm saying like once they got away from the books, that's when his character started to go down. So maybe it's just George R. Martin can write him better than Dan and Dave.
Yeah,
I think that could be the case.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. He's taking I think he was winning like Golden Glove like every fucking year for like the first 3 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, all right, we got kind of Jonathan kind of took his little win, and then Cersei, came up and then she got hers. So now Arya always had a steady arc every kind of season. It never was a big arc, but it was always like, hey, this is what we're doing. And they went so hard on Tyrion in the beginning. They're like, all right, well, we got to focus on Jon now because Jon been getting all the smoke since season 3. I think, but he's never won the awards. Like that's all. Tyrion was like the main cat win all the awards. Even though Cersei, at any time she should have won, was a year when they had to fucking blew up the
season 6.
Yeah, well, that should have been her moment when she won because didn't know she became like the most hated bitch, but like still, damn, that's badass.
But people rooted against her, but they also rooted. They didn't necessarily root for her; they rooted against the faith militant because I think at the end of the day, people don't like religious extremists,
right?
Whether it be Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, agnostic, whatever the case is, people don't like any form of extremism.
He went to search his face like we're going to revival this week.
No! Right. But yeah, man. Listen, Tyrion is a great character. I think they wet the bed with some of the stuff with him, but I think he'll have a chance to redeem himself. But it's looking like he's probably going to betray Dany. I don't know how or what he's done or what he's going to do, but it's going to be bad. Another thing I noticed, the final episode for season 7, when Jaime was leaving, it started to snow. There's no snow in King's Landing anymore. What the fuck? That's stupid to me.
The problem to me is you can tell they had a nice steady pace in that first few seasons. I think whoever made the call on like, hey, we're not going to do this long term because it's costing us extra much money to make and it's getting harder to make the show. And I think once they made a call to end it, because even I think it was season 2 or 3 when they started like jumping, like they didn't have to catch. They could have easily
season 3 and it was 4 really when they started to kind of pick it up.
And like when they started like burning through his books like in a damn near season a piece, I'm like, damn, dude, this is the problem with Walking Dead. Like they didn't have to catch up because the problem with Walking Dead was once they went so many episodes, it started being so much filler. Because all right, we got these arcs we need to hit,
right?
Filler to get to this arc, and that's what made the ratings start to drop. Walking Dead, all right, well, we're not going to add a filler. But we're just gonna be like, we're gonna just burn through material. So the details go away for the sake of like, oh, this is the thing in the book. And that's what the first few seasons wasn't. Like people were separated, building their own worlds. And then I thought, after when I think I came in with season 3 when I jumped in, they got to. So once they started to condense it, it will start making people have to start messing around with other, interacting with each other,
right?
More so on a gradual pace instead of like, oh shit, here I am. Because it should have been like one season and more for Dany to get there, or to start to go there.
Bro,
but she was there in a blink of a damn eye.
Bro, to get from Marine to fucking Westeros takes forever. To get from, and then you got Euron who can go from King's Landing, which is on this side of Westeros, then to get to Lannisport, which is over here. Lannisport is the city. Casterly Rock is the castle. So keep that in mind. He had to go under the country and then do like that. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy what they're doing.
That became the problem with it. And so once they started fast tracking because they weren't going to do it more than 7-8 seasons, then it started to collapse on itself. And story started collapsing on itself because you just had to hurry. Instead of like building to do something, well, we'll give you moments. Moments are cool, but without the real build to it, it's not the same.
But they said they people were trying to get them to do more seasons. But I think the actors and actresses
trying to be
just
locked
got
into
tired
it no
of
more.
it.
Because they have to stay out there on location for so long, they can't do anything.
So it is what it is. But in closing, any predictions for episode 2? Like, what do you want to see happen, but what do you think is gonna happen?
I mean, I just hope the fucking Battle of Winterfell is all this. You can't tell me
it's not happening in episode 2.
No, I thought it was 3.
Right. Yeah. So I'm saying, what is your prediction for episode 2?
I don't know, say what I want to see. I want it to be fucking legendary.
But for episode 2? 3. But I'm asking specifically for episode 2. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
Because I know it's good. I knew episode 1 was going to be a filler thing.
Fucking trash.
You know, it's like the first. To me, episode 1 was the first filler episode.
If they give me more filler BS, I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to HBO. Believe that.
So it was like, all right, we're gonna disguise it as filler with interactions that hasn't happened.
Jon Rise and Dragon, Cersei fucks Euron.
Yeah, we're gonna have Sam say his piece and start that process. It really was just a filler because really, in hindsight, nothing happened.
No,
and so it was a waste of an episode. So episode 2 is gonna be a waste of an episode because everybody knows 3 is coming. So I think it's gonna be one of the disguises episode as a court episode. Fucking 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
And so we can get through this one because everybody's waiting on the episode, The Battle of Winterfell. Everybody waiting on that.
Did you see that in high school? 12 Angry Men?
I've seen the old one and the new one. Read the book?
I haven't seen the new one, but I do want to go back and see the old one. My prediction is that Jaime's going to go on trial. Bran is probably going to vouch for him because he said, I'm waiting on an old friend when he was talking to Sam.
Yeah.
So he's going to say, hey, he had to push me out so I can be the 3-eyed raven or whatever the case is. What I want to see is Sansa and Dany get over their petty BS. I want Jon to tell Dany, hey, I'm the rightful king. I want Dany to be like, I don't care about this. I just love you, and I want to make sure we fight.
Do you know how much hell would happen for that?
I understand that, but I said this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
And then I want to see a cool flashback. I don't want to just see a flashback. You remember how the 3-eyed raven took Bran with him in the flashback?
Yeah.
I want Bran to like hold on to like Dany and be like, I'll show you. And like take her in the flashback.
And then the double reason they won't do that is because you'll get a woman bending to another man, and then that hell that's coming. If they do that I know that's not gonna happen. I know they
But you notice this when you have 2 alpha females, Sansa and Dany, they can't get along.
Right.
So how does that play along with the feminist agenda?
They let that happen because there's still 2 alphas that's there as opposed to an alpha that you gotta get rid of because you can't have multiple strong women.
Well, with that being said, that just ruined my fucking day. But anything else you want to say before we close out?
That's about it. I'm good, bro.
All right, man. We'll holler at y'all. Hey, man, my lane here, so Chase, say chill.
Chill.